season of the Wish is here, and with this season comes a lot of patch notes. One patch that seems to be catching a lot of eyes is the flat 15% damage boost to all snipers inside of PvE activities. With this 15% damage boost to snipers, the question is now asked, will snipers become the best meta weapon for DPS throughout Destiny, or will the rocket launchers still be king? Lucky for you guys watching, I have actually gone and done a lot of damage testing, and I've picked the best snipers in the game that are usable and meta to do damage with. The snipers that I've chosen to do DPS with are both exotic and legendary. Not to mention, these snipers are the best snipers to do damage with because of the perks that they can roll with and the fact that they are the most popular and the best for these situations. So just to set some ground rules here, the only thing that I've boosted in all of these damage testing is the ammo for the weapon. There is no surge mods, there is nothing like that is boosting my damage, except for standing in a well of radiance. So before each damage test has been conducted, I've put on the said reserve mods for that sniper, and then rallied to the flag, and then from here I've done my damage. So every sniper has the maximum ammo that is possible for any DPS phase. This is all just to get a baseline theory of what every sniper can do after the buffs have gone out. From here on out, you can then put on surge mods and add your damage from here. This is just to get a baseline to see which sniper is best since the update. So, without further ado, let's get into the sniper DPS testing. Now, the first weapon on this list that I'm testing is obviously the Whisper of the Worm. This is everyone's favorite exotic sniper rifle that everyone wishes would come back and be the top DPS meta. If someone asked me what are two guns that define Destiny, one of them would be the Whisper of the Worm and the other one would be the Gjallarhorn. So yes, just like you, I'm hoping for the Whisper of the Worm to be the top DPS meta weapon once again. So make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see all of the results, and trust me, you'll be surprised. Now, unfortunately, while filming this footage, doing this boss encounter by myself causes me to actually flinch a lot, so I tried my best not to flinch and miss any shots. But unfortunately, with the Whisper of the Worm, I missed maybe one shot, but this is very typical in every boss encounter. Unless you are some god player, you are going to miss some shots. So the Whisper of the Worm ended up with around 1.6 million damage, give or take 1 or 2 shots, but this is still pretty accurate. The next weapon that I tested is the Cloud Strike. Now, the Cloud Strike is actually a pretty fun sniper rifle that everyone thinks can do a lot of damage. So let's see what it can do and let's see how much damage it does. The Cloud Strike can actually hold quite a lot of ammo, and unfortunately the boss timer ran out before I could finish the magazine off. So I roughly missed out on 3 shots, give or take, with the extra shot giving with triple tap. But either way, the Cloud Strike ended up with a rough average of 1.1 million damage. Now, the next sniper that I tested is the Darcy Heavy Sniper Rifle. Now, to be honest, I don't actually know why I tested this one. I just threw it on the list, and unfortunately it didn't perform that well. The Darcy ended up with roughly 1 million damage, which is actually only just a little less than the Cloud Strike. The next on the list was the Izanagi's Burden Sniper Rifle. Now, the Izanagi's Burden is one of the best DPS weapons to use in the game if you combine it with another weapon. But just for this damage testing, I used it by itself. Now, for every shot, I tried to get the honed edge times 4 and see how much that damage could do. The Izanagi's Burden ended up with 913,000 damage, which is pretty impressive considering this gun is meant to be used with another weapon like a rocket launcher. Now, the next weapon on this list that I wanted to try was a couple legendary sniper rifles that are really good at doing boss DPS. Now, the first sniper that I used was the Ikelos sniper, that is obviously craftable. The 2 perks that I've crafted on this Ikelos SR sniper is 4th times the charm and Focus Fury. And I also made sure to have boss spec on the weapon and maximum reserves. Now unfortunately, this sniper didn't actually perform as well as I thought it would, wrapping up with around 842,000 damage. Now the second legendary sniper rifle that I tested was the Supremacy from the Last Wish raid, which is also craftable. Now the two perks that I had with this weapon was 4th times the charm and rewind rounds. Now if you didn't know, these two perks combined together actually makes this weapon shoot indefinitely until you run out of ammo, which is actually pretty fun and quite effective at doing some DPS. Now the Supremacy for a legendary sniper rifle actually performed pretty well, wrapping up at just under 1.1 million damage. So there's all the snipers that I tested. These are the best snipers to do damage with. I know there are other snipers in the game, but over these ones that I've chosen, I believe that these are the best snipers that you will be doing damage with that can do the most possible damage. Now, as expected, the Whisper of the Worm did the most damage, coming in at 1.6 million damage, unbuffed except for a Well of Radiance. Now, this is actually pretty good damage, and I'd like to see in the future how this compares to other weapons like rocket launchers. So if you guys did enjoy this video, feel free to drop a like and a subscribe down below. But anyway, Guardians, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.